it twisted. We don't care about feelings. This shit about business.
All I see is commas, 20, 50, 100, racing to the money.
Yo, what up? It's Sdot.
And Holly.
And we back again with another video. Today we got the dark story of King Von and K.I. Link to this video in the description box.
Down below.
Gang shit, now that I ain't see you in. Shout out to the gang for requesting this one, man. Let's get into it.
On September 25, 2012, King Von, a member of O-Block, would encounter a rival Southside Chicago gang member by the name of K.I. on a local train ride. K.I. is a member of STL, which stands for St. Lawrence, a street in which most STL gang members reside on. STL and O-Block have had a strong hatred for each other for years, and the rivalry between the two gangs has resulted in many casualties. When King Von and K.I. spotted each other on the train, the two immediately began to get physical, with King Von landing several punches to K.I.'s face. After the incident, King Von logged onto Twitter and tweeted about the altercation with K.I., claiming that in a...
Hey, I'll be acting surprised every time I watch these. I'll be like...
Right, yeah, like...
Because it is surprising every time, like, what?
Well, they got physical as soon as they seen each other.
Right.
Von logged onto Twitter and tweeted about the altercation with K.I., claiming that an opposing gang member got caught with their guard down on the train. K.I. would then begin to tweet about the situation herself by saying that her ear and arm are messed up. K.I. followed that tweet by also saying that she only has a bruise on her face and that she's not tripping because her .40 caliber firearm would put a hole in King Von's face. This situation stemming from the altercation on the train would soon become the start of King Von and K.I. frequently communicating with each other on social media. Just 4 days after the train incident, K.I. would tweet, "Retweet if you think I look good," in which King Von would retweet shortly after. 3 days later, K.I. would get into another altercation on the train, but this time with Lil Scud, an O-Block member who was friends with King Von. K.I. was eager to let this be known and quickly tweeted out that she beat up Lil Scud and to let King Von know that she isn't someone to be messed with. After 30 minutes of no replies,
oh wait, so she beat up Scud from the O.
Right, and she was just saying, let them know I ain't know, you know.
Right, okay.
King Von be messed with. After 30 minutes, Lil Scud, and to let King Von know that she isn't someone to be messed with. After 30 minutes of no replies, K.I. would tweet directly at King Von explaining how she beat up Lil Scud all by herself and that he didn't even get one punch on her. King Von would eventually reply stating that K.I. is about that life and that he may be in love with her. K.I.
He said, "I think I love you."
And then she gonna respond and say gay. Hey, she was really about her shit though.
Hey, they wild.
They both was savage as fuck. I'm just laughing because in the time, not that this ain't nothing wrong with this part. You know what I'm saying? They just talking shit, little fight, you know. And the boys should not be fighting girls. But it's like she whipped somebody ass that day. I don't know.
Hey, this like a motherfucking power couple or something like.
Right. He talking about Kyra ain't no lying. So dude must have told her how he got his
right. He said, man, Kyra ain't no lying.
He already knew she wasn't no lying.
I think I love you, shorty.
He crazy.
The reply stating that K.I. is about that life and that he may be in love with her. K.I. would respond to this by calling King Von gay. Von clearly didn't appreciate that and told
wait. Why is those sirens up in our video right now?
He said, don't do that, ma. Oh, shit.
Oh my God, they is funny.
Von gay. Von clearly didn't appreciate that and told K.I. not to do that and ended the conversation by saying he would treat K.I. right. King Von would soon begin
But he said can't be the wifey, what?
Conversation by saying,
"You, LOL, you can't be the wifey. I'm gonna treat you right on David." Don't put that on David.
Oh, yeah.
Do not put that on David.
Treat K.I. right. King
Wait, did he
Von
mean you can be the wifey, though?
I think he did mean you can.
Okay.
He said, "What up? I'm trying to change you, upgrade you. I want to nail something. What up?"
To direct message K.I. on Twitter with his first DM being, "What up? I'm trying to change you and upgrade you." I want to nail something. What's
Maybe he
up?
was trying to get her to
KI
flood.
would appear to be somewhat shocked by these DMs, but King Von would respond the next day, saying
He
that
said,
it
you got me fucked up, man. No bullshit. Whoa, wait. Who's saying this? King Von emailed her, right?
Yeah, they said King Von hit her up first.
You got me fucked up, man. No bullshit. On that lady, that wasn't me, but I like you for real, straight up. When all this shit over with, I'ma have you. No bullshit.
Oh, shit.
That boy crazy.
I would appear to be somewhat shocked by these
She said,
DMs,
"You
but
got me
King Von would
fucked up."
respond the next day, saying that it wasn't him who sent the first message, and then goes on to say that he likes KI for real, and that when the gang war in Chicago is over with, that he is going to be with her. KI would then go on to tell King Von that she heard a rumor in the streets that O-Block is trying to kill her. King Von would respond to those claims.
Hell nah, but this little bitch said y'all in the wick plotting on me, saying y'all gonna kill me. He said I'm BD, I ain't gonna lie, motherfuckers is on that, but I ain't even think I could kill you. You seem cool as hell. That boy King Von different, boy.
Hey, what do you say? What do you say? He's smooth. He could. What do you say? Could have been a pepper. What do you say?
Could have been a pistol. Well,
Right. Hey, he talking smooth as hell. That boy crazy.
he said he ain't gonna lie. He said it's true. Motherfuckers is on that.
stating that what she heard was true, but he doesn't think he could do it because he thinks she's actually cool. The two then discuss when they were...
He said, when you gonna stop gang banging? He said, man, ain't no goofy when you gonna stop gang banging. Fuck you talk. She was so fucking savage, bro. She was queen fucking savage. On BD, I ain't trying to go on you. I'm just asking. I don't need no. I probably just have to die in this shit because I don't like losing or quitting. And I love my nigga.
Oh, damn.
This man was different.
Going to stop gangbanging, to which they both reveal they believe that they are both going to die in the gang war. K.I. then goes on to say that she thinks O-Block feels threatened by her, to which King Von...
Well, y'all know you gotta get out of the mess. She said, I was thinking the same thing. We ain't no... What? No flats on GD. Y'all ass must really be threatened by me. LOL, y'all think y'all gonna take me out?
Goes on to say that she thinks O-Block feels threatened by her, to which King Von would respond with,
Look, I ain't trying to tweak with
I'm
you,
not
so
trying
why
to
you
mess
want
with
to
you.
go and
So
tweak
why
with
are you
me?
trying to
And
mess
now
with me?
we just be trying
We
to
are
get
just trying
whoever
to
it
get
ain't
whoever.
like. We thirsty
It's not
to
like
get
we are in a
you.
rush to get you, but I had a 9mm on me when I saw you riding my bike and was going to grab you, but the police were right there. The girl with me also had a 7mm when we saw you on the train. If we were really trying to get you, I would have took my chances then. K.I. soon responds by shouting out STL and states that she is ready to go to war with anybody.
She said, fuck that shit, boy. It's STL or die. Get with it or get lost.
Vaughn
You
then
wouldn't
tells her
get
that she doesn't always have to
lost.
act tough, to which K.I. says, treat enemies like
you must
enemies.
be drunk
What do
right
you
now.
expect? The next morning, K.I. would start off the day by dissing Odie Perry, a respected member of Wick City who was fatally shot just a few years prior. King Vaughn would see this tweet and respond with, see, that's why you keep getting beat up. K.I. then tells King Vaughn to pull up, to which he responds with, I should have pissed or spit on you after I beat you up, but I wasn't thinking. K.I. proceeds to laugh at this and tells King Vaughn to leave it in the streets. Shortly after this tweet...
What brings so many...
That shit.
That's a crazy ass interaction between them. It don't even seem real. It's so savage. It's just like, I don't give a fuck coming from both ways, you know?
Yeah.
Really from her though.
It's damn
At
near like
first.
they had like a little crush on each other though, damn near.
Cause why was they even messaging, you know?
Yeah.
She said spam bitch nigga.
Twitter interaction, King Vaughn would go outside looking for K.I. and ended up running into a group of rival gang members at the local corner store. According to King Vaughn, the rival members were scared of him and had the store employees lock the door to keep him out. Vaughn would tweet about this as soon as it happened, to which K.I. would respond by saying she is on her way. King Vaughn would quickly tell her not to come since he was already leaving the store anyways. K.I. responds by calling Vaughn funny and says she'll come to wherever he is at, which Vaughn responds by telling K.I. to be smart. 4 days later, King Vaughn and K.I. would continue talking in the DMs after K.I. would message Vaughn with, where you at? Come outside. Vaughn would quickly respond to K.I. with a simple, don't mess with me, to which K.I. would reply back, taking a slight dig at O-Block and the work they're doing in the streets. King Von would then ask K.I. if she wants to have a shootout with him, to which K.I. would shockingly respond with, "Hell yeah, you and your friend T-Roy." King Von didn't seem to take this very seriously and responded back with #very scary. K.I. then states that she was just around O-Block and didn't see anybody outside. Vaughn would soon reply saying that they're busy with other things, but that they
said we finna throw some grenades in that bitch. Everybody, she said on Tuka, everybody must go. She's crazy, bro. She was crazy.
didn't see anybody outside. Vaughn would soon reply saying that they're busy with other things, but that they will see them soon.
This too savage for me.
K.I. would then tell King Vaughn that she thinks they are scared of them, to which King Vaughn replies with a simple, "Ha."
Who is that lady?
The conversation would then go dark for 3 days until King Vaughn would randomly message K.I. saying, "What's up? When are you gonna let your hair down and put on a tight dress for me? I would risk my life to get some of that." K.I. did not respond to this message.
He changed his
After
mind.
that message, the two didn't speak to each other for about a week. But then on October 24th, 2012, K.I. would announce on Twitter that she would be going to Swisher Sweets, a popular store located in O-Block territory. King Vaughn would reply to this tweet moments later saying, "Don't do that. Today is not the day." K.I. would then respond by saying that she never even sees King Vaughn despite the fact that she's always outside. Vaughn would then say, "I saw you before, right or wrong." K.I. would respond with, "Yeah, but ever since then, I feel like you've been hiding because I've been coming through your territory ever since." King Vaughn replies with, "I've been going to Rhodes, but I think when you come over here, I be over here." K.I. ends the conversation with a simple LOL. 2 days later, K.I. would suddenly post a tweet stating that King Vaughn was a goofy who got beat up by her friend FBG Butta just 2 years prior. King Vaughn would see this tweet and soon reply back saying, "And you know the other stuff I did to you guys, right?" To which K.I. would say, "You think you're drilling but you need practice." King Vaughn fires back by denying that he needs drilling practice, in which K.I. responds by saying, "Vaughn is saying too much for Twitter."
He said on BD, y'all need practice, shorty, because King Von does his thingy thing and all that.
Damn.
He talking about thingy thing.
Yeah.
He crazy. Wait.
That's somebody.
That's a shot?
Yeah, that's somebody.
Oh, I'm thinking he just saying some shit like, nigga, you well listen about thingy thing.
You talking too much, as Sherrod.
He know about me on GD.
And that Vaughn's friend Sherroyd, an O-Block member who was fatally shot a few months prior, knows about her.
Okay, then
King
they
Vaughn
start
then
getting
laughs at
intense.
K.I.
Yeah.
for saying "on GD," then proceeds to tell her that she can ask her dead friends about him. 3 days later, K.I. would tweet at King Vaughn saying, "I want to meet King Vaughn face to face," in which Vaughn would respond with, "LOL, you don't really want that, Kira." K.I. would then respond with, "See, you don't think I'm tough." 4 days later, K.I. would once again tweet at King Vaughn, saying that she hopes people in O-Block don't actually call Vaughn King Vaughn, and that it's suspect if you do. King Vaughn would respond back by claiming that he earned the name King Vaughn. K.I. responds by bringing up the fact that Vaughn used to get beat up back in the day. Vaughn replied back,
She said, LOL, you finally turned up, huh? Because a few years ago, you wasn't known. You was getting beat up and shit. He said, you talking about getting beat up. If it wasn't no guns, I'll be walking on roads and EBT drilling y'all in the face with my
laughing at the
fist.
fact that K.I. was even talking about getting beat up, and that if it wasn't for guns, he would be walking up and down their block all day. 6 days later, King Vaughn would make a tweet about K.I. saying that she sounds good on the phone. This would indicate that King Vaughn and K.I. physically talked on the phone with each other and didn't just message each other back and forth on
He
social
said
media.
on
But you
days.
know what? A lot of them did that too.
Yeah.
They would talk to their
But
friends.
I feel
on
like
the
they
other side
really
and
was
talk
trying to
shit.
link, but they couldn't link because it was too risky.
It
They
was
ain't
too
know
risky.
who was going. You feel me? Try to get in.
They
on
felt
who.
like, yup, each other was trying to kill each other. That shit crazy.
Yeah, that shit wild. Ain't there somebody that's like that? Well, a TV show. This real life.
I don't know.
I feel like on Power or something, like where they was trying to kill, like, but they was still fucking each
They talk
other.
about power, right? It's so good. This needs to be a damn show.
That shit crazy. Rest in peace.
Yeah, RIP to both of them, man. I wish it wouldn't have ended like this.
It would have been crazy
I wish
if they
it
got
could.
together. for
Right,
real.
that's
Like,
what
that
I
would've been
I mean, yeah, right. Not to no disrespect to nobody else, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, like they could have, like.
K.I. sat up and down their block all day. 6 days later, King Vaughn would make a tweet about K.I. saying that she sounds good on the phone. This would indicate that King Von and K.I. physically talked on the phone with each other and didn't just message each other back and forth on social media. Vaughn would also make a tweet several hours later complaining that K.I. hasn't answered her phone all day. King Von would eventually get arrested on November 20th, 2012 for unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. This arrest led to King Von sitting behind bars for over a year. While behind bars, King Von's sister, Kayla B, tweeted at K.I. telling her that Von misses her and that she should go and visit him in jail. K.I. responded with LOL, but Kayla B followed up insisting that her brother King Von really wanted to see her. On February 11th, 2014...
That's why she talking about LOL. She already knew. She like, damn, man.
Because at first I'm like, why he steady playing with this girl? But he really did seem like he really was on some come see me in jail.
Shorty
You out your man.
Shorty said LOL. Like.
She funny. I'm talking like this, like new time and shit.
On February 11th, 2014, King Von was released from jail, and one of the first things he did following his release was tweet to K.I. saying, "What's up? You don't miss me?" K.I. would quickly respond with, "What's up? When are we linking up?"
She just overly savage, bro. She said, "When we linking up?"
"You don't miss me?" K.I. would quickly respond with, "What's up? When are we linking up?" King Von would then respond by asking why she never came and visited him in jail after allegedly saying she would. K.I. would not reply directly to this tweet, but moments later tweeted, "How does it feel to lose your friend while behind bars?" referring to the death of J Money, one of the top members of O Block who was fatally shot during Von's incarceration. King Von wouldn't say anything about the...
Hey, but that mean do that mean that he talked to her while he was in jail and she said that she was gonna come visit him?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. And then she got mad. She got mad and she said that after, like how it feel to lose your homie while you was locked up.
What she get mad about?
Cause he exposed that they was talking.
Oh, okay. So she had to
feel to lose your friend while behind bars, referring to the death of J Money, one of the top members of O Block who was fatally shot during Von's incarceration. King Von wouldn't say anything about the tweet, but would later tweet RIP J Money in honor of him. K.I. would soon retweet this as a way of taunting him, to which King Von would quickly compose a tweet discussing Crack and Modell, two STL gang members who unfortunately passed away. While all of this was going on, O Block was already making plans to avenge J Money after word got out that an STL gang member by the name of Lil B was allegedly responsible for the death of J Money. O Block was ready for Lil B, but before they could meet face to face, Lil B was fatally shot by the Chicago Police Department in March of 2014 after reportedly pointing a gun at one of the officers. This means that O Block would not be able to avenge one of their top members and were now looking for the next best thing. On April 10th, 2014, K.I. would release a series of tweets regarding her future. The tweets state, "I do what I do because I know God has a day for me. You're nobody until someone kills you. That's just real. I've seen too many of my friends in a casket." Less than 24 hours after posting those tweets online, K.I. and several others were
I'm sorry, real fast. This be blowing me up. Like, why y'all can't wait till a motherfucker, like, go in the house?
outside of a home on the 6400 block of South Eberhard when a man exited the passenger side of a blue Oldsmobile that was parked facing eastbound on the corner of 65th and Eberhard. The man proceeded to walk northbound on Eberhard and quickly began shooting at the group of people standing in front of the house. The suspect would then retreat back to the getaway vehicle and flee the scene going eastbound on 65th Street. 3 individuals were hit during the situation and were immediately rushed to nearby hospitals. The first victim was an unidentified male who got shot in his right foot and survived his injuries. The second victim was rumored to be FBG Butta, the same individual that KI claimed to have beaten up King Von in the past. Butta was shot in the right knee and also survived his injuries. The third and final victim was shot 7 times and passed away from their injuries during surgery at the hospital. That individual was KI. Detectives would arrive to the crime scene shortly after and began to interview anyone who saw what happened. While there were many witnesses on scene, most of them provided detectives with vague details about the case, with some of them even admitting that they are scared to cooperate. However, certain witnesses gave the detectives a similar story, stating that a man wearing dark-colored clothing approached the house and began to open fire while yelling things at them. These witnesses would also give detectives a name of someone who they think may have committed the crime, a name in which the Chicago Police Department were already quite familiar with. Over the next couple of days, authorities would continue to investigate the homicide of K.I. and eventually developed a photo spread of potential suspects. Witnesses were soon called in to view the photo spread, and almost all of them were quick to point out the same suspect whose name was given to detectives on the day of the crime. Then on April 29, 2014, just 18 days after the murder of K.I., Davon Bennett, aka King Von, was taken into custody by Officer Fernandez of the Chicago Police Department's Fugitive Apprehension Unit to be interviewed by detectives. At around 1 p.m., King Von was placed in an interview room where two detectives began to question him about his involvement in K.I.'s murder. Von would quickly deny all involvement and stated that he doesn't even know K.I. and never goes around 65th Street. The detectives would then ask Von if he would be willing to do a polygraph examination, to which he would agree to do and was given food and water. While this interview was taking place, 4 cooperating witnesses were called in so they could view an in-person lineup of the suspects. The first witness to view the lineup told authorities that they were unable to identify the suspect, while the second witness pointing to King Von told authorities that they were unable to identify the suspect, while the second witness pointed to King Von and said it could possibly be the suspect but wasn't sure. The third witness couldn't make an identification but verbally told detectives it was King Von. The fourth and final witness viewed the lineup and pointed directly to King Von. 2 assistant state attorneys would then arrive shortly after and began to review all the evidence in the K.I. case. Detectives would then go back to the interview room to check King Von, where Von would begin to tell detectives that he changed his mind and will no longer do a polygraph exam. King Von then starts giving detectives an alibi, claiming that he checked in at his parole office on the day of K.I.'s death. Detectives immediately started looking into Von's alibi and was able to confirm that he did in fact check in at his parole office, but there was still 30 minutes of unexplained time where he could have still committed the crime. Then on April 30th, 2014, the Cook County State Attorney's Office would announce that they are declining to prosecute King Von for the murder of K.I. due to inconsistencies in the witness statements. This would mean that internally this case is solved according to the Chicago Police Department, but to the public this case is still then released from police custody around 6:30 p.m. that same night. Less than 2 hours later, King Von would tweet, "I'm so happy and grateful. I'm too real for this." King Von would then go on and get arrested for another murder less than 3 months later. He sat in the Cook County Jail for over 3 years while awaiting trial. During the trial, King Von was acquitted of all charges due to lack of evidence and was released back into the free world. After being released, lifelong friend and rapper Lil Durk would take King Von under his wing and attempt to turn him into a gangster rap superstar. Within a matter of months, King Von would become one of the top street rappers in the music industry, with his music surpassing tens of millions of streams each month, and even received co-signs from A-list celebrities such as NBA star LeBron James. Then, on November 6, 2020, King Von's iconic music career would be cut short after he was fatally shot in Atlanta during an altercation with another rapper. King Von was 26 years old at the time.
Yep, sure, you gotta stay out them streets. Everybody can't stay out them streets, though. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because sometimes they born into that shit.
Gotta do what you gotta do, you hear me?
To survive.
Just stay safe, you hear me?
Yeah.
That shit crazy,
I
man.
don't want them to be passed away. I know that's like a stupid way to say it, but yeah. Rest in peace. Or long live K.I. and long live Von. Everybody else, man. I wish it could be a do-over because that shit is.
Let us know how y'all felt about it, man. It was interesting. I didn't know all of this information about
I didn't know they was interacting like that.
Yeah. It's like he was trying to get on that. You hear? I feel like she was too, but she didn't really want to. Like they both wanted to.
Yeah, she wanted to too. She wanted to too.
Let us know how y'all felt about it though, man. Drop down in the comment box below. That was the dark story of King Von and K.I. by the vote. You feel me? Go check his channel out and subscribe. You feel me? It's Holly and Sdot. Don't forget to follow us on social media.
Holly and Sdot.
We out.
Bitches got it twisted, we don't care about feelings, this shit about business.
All I see is commas 20, 50, 100 racing to the money.